Mercedes Moné. The conversation of the entire Twitter world. I mean, she's always the conversation. Good or bad. She's always the conversation. You always talk about Mercedes Moné, even if it's in a negative way or in a positive way. She is always on the social media trends because people just can't stop talking about her. Doesn't matter if it's a negative way or in a bad way. People just love to talk about this woman. Mercedes Moné is obviously the most popular female in the entire wrestling world, formerly known as Sasha Banks to WWE fans. And honestly, I'm just going to tell you guys this. I've seen this all over social media and it drives me nuts. Everywhere I look, I always see something about wrestling fans always reacting to everything that happens with Mercedes. And I need to tell you guys this. Just shut the hell up. For crying out loud. And I know that's not going to happen, because when it comes to the Twitterverse, no one shuts up about anything. All they do is talk. That's all I've been dealing with ever since this Mercedes Moné stuff happens. And this is the worst part about being a fan of Mercedes. And I love her so much, but this is the worst part about being a fan. You just can't just sit back and enjoy. You can't just wait and see what her next move is. All you gotta do is just listen to a bunch of idiots on social media continuously talk about why she should go in here instead of going here. She should come back here and not go there. Or better yet, Mercedes would just, on her Instagram, just put a picture of a pop final of her known as Sasha Banks, and then people will immediately look at it as WWE return confirmed, 100% official. Mercedes Moné is WWE. Or Mercedes would do an Instagram post of all of her previous ring attires that were all in WWE. Oh, there it is, guys! There it is! She's coming back to WWE! It's official, guys! 100% confirmed! She's just told us right there! She's coming back! Why do people take everything out of context? It blows my mind how people just take everything out of context. She can't post anything? She can't post the things she likes? It blows my mind how this is how the internet reacts. Then you get people getting mad at Sean Ross Sapp for saying that, oh, Mercedes is no longer in talks with WWE, she's now AEW bound. And then you got people calling him a fraud. You got people calling him a fraud, that he's lying, he said she was in talks with WWE and now he's changed his mind. But yet, a guy named Boozer, who's BWE, a guy named Boozer, who said Jinder Mahal was going to win the World Heavyweight Championship and Damian Priest was going to cash in and then Seth Rollins was going to win back the World Heavyweight title. And this is the dude they listen to. This Boozer guy said Mercedes is coming to WWE, and he believes she's WWE, and everyone believes him. Everyone believes a guy who's not even a freaking source. This dude Boozer isn't a source. He has said it himself. He's not a source. He's a wrestling fan that gives off wrestling opinions. But people treat him as a source. People treat this guy as a legitimate source, as if he's a journalist. He's like all of us, wrestling fans. We just speculate. But no, Sean Ross Sapp, he's the fraud because he said Mercedes is going to AEW. Well, I guess Tom Colohue must be a fraud then as well. Because Tom Colohue said the exact same thing. Mercedes and WWE had a falling out. Mercedes is now expected to be coming to AEW. And that's the exact same thing that Sean Ross Sapp said. I guess Tom Colohue was a fraud as well. I guess he's a fraud too then. It blows my mind how people just believe absolutely anything. And the only reason why people will not believe the shit about Mercedes going to AEW, because they don't want her to go to AEW. They want her back home. They want her back home in WWE. They want her back with Bayley. They want her back with all the superstars that she grew up, that was with her in WWE. I want to see Mercedes wrestle Roxanne. I want to see Mercedes wrestle Io and all these other people, when we've seen her wrestle these people before. Sure, she's never wrestled Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, but you know what? But you know what? About 90% of the roster she's already wrestled. Other than maybe Chelsea Green and Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, but you get the point. She's wrestled majority of the people that are in WWE. She wants to move on and do other things. If you are a fan of Mercedes Moné or Sasha Banks, whatever the hell you want to call her, if you are a fan of her, you support her, no matter where she goes. If you're one of those fans that say, this person needs to be in my company and my company only, and this person can't go to the other company, I don't want them in the other company, then you're not a wrestling fan. Friend, I've had conversations about this before. If you're a fan of a wrestler, but you do not watch them, it doesn't matter if they're not in if they're in other company, and if you say you're a fan of someone but you don't watch their matches, then it tells me you're not a fan. You are only a fan until they walk that line to the WWE side, and that's only when you will put your little stupid stand cards on, or your little fan cards of that wrestler on, because they need to be in the company that you want them to be in order for you to be a fan. Other reasons why I've heard people say Mercedes shouldn't go to AEW is because, oh, Tony Khan, he throws temper tantrums. This guy got mad. Why would Mercedes want to work with a guy who's completely unprofessional? Didn't you people call her unprofessional? The people... It's so mind-boggling. People have called Mercedes unprofessional, a child, a spoiled brat for years. People have called her selfish, spoiled brat, all these other things, because she walked out of the company. Oh, that's what a selfish, egotistical person would do. Walk out of the company. Oh yeah, I think a certain guy from Chicago named CM Punk will like a discussion with you on that topic. He was an unprofessional douchebag who walked out of the company, but everyone forgave him. Oh, but he had his reasons. He had his reasons to walk out. Yeah? Mercedes had her reasons too. You can't just say shit like that. You're gonna call Mercedes unprofessional. You're gonna call Mercedes an unprofessional brat, but yet the same people that call her an unprofessional, egotistical brat are the same people that want her to walk on back to that WWE banner and not walk to the AEW banner because, oh, the boss there is unprofessional. Oh, the boss there, oh, he's an egomaniac, that boss over there. Yeah, I think Mercedes should go to the egotistical place because everyone calls her egotistical. I think she should go to the unprofessional place because everyone calls her unprofessional. It's so stupid. Why say that? Why say she shouldn't go to AEW because, oh, the boss there is egotistical and he's selfish, he's unprofessional, but yet you people call her unprofessional for walking out of WWE. She's a spoiled brat. And when she called out that fan, oh boy, that one fan, that one fan she called out when she was doing a meet and greet, when that one fan acted like he knew why Mercedes walked out of WWE and she was quote-unquote rude to him. Everyone was like, oh, how dare that Mercedes be rude to him? He was just asking a question. What an egotistical bitch. I hate her. She's so egotistical. She's so unlikable. It's so funny. But yet, no. She needs to come back to WWE. The one person that everyone calls egotistical, a selfish brat, yeah, the selfish, egotistical brat should come back to the company that she walked away from. Because CM Punk did, Drew McIntyre did, Cody Rhodes did, they all had falling outs at WWE and they came back, so Mercedes should do the same too. Hell, her friend Trinity is now on her way back. Come back and be with your friend Bayley. Do you not understand that these wrestlers are human beings and they can make their own decisions? And Bayley has always supported her, no matter what she does. So you're saying, it's one of these situations that blows my mind and I hate it. I hate it as a wrestling fan because fans just can't enjoy wrestling anymore. And Eric Bischoff, the nerve of Eric Bischoff to say Mercedes Moné wouldn't have the same star power if she went to AEW, if she went back to WWE. This is coming from the same guy that wanted to hire Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and Bret Hart all in their prime when they all left WWF to jump ship to WCW. This is the same dude that literally wanted to take WWE out of business, and the way he wanted to do that was to sign all of WWE's biggest names. But when AEW signs big names, oh, they won't feel like stars. They won't feel like stars if they go there. They should go to WWE. They'll feel more like stars over there. I feel like Deonna Purrazzo feels like a star right now. Toni Storm certainly feels like a star right now. Jon Moxley, MJF, I think they all feel like stars right now. It's so funny to me how people just want to be so anti against competition when fans have been craving for this. Fans have been craving for an alternative to WWE. Oh, but that doesn't matter anymore. The alternative thing, we only wanted it when Vince McMahon was in charge. We didn't like it. We wanted an alternative when Vince McMahon was in charge. Now that Triple H is in charge, we don't need an alternative. Everyone should come to WWE now. Screw the other companies. Everyone should come to WWE. I find it ironic and funny. And the reason why I find it ironic and funny is because back when WWE had so much talent, back when they used to have so much talent, people used to say WWE is hoarding talent. People used to say WWE is hoarding talent. They're not releasing talent because they're afraid if they let go of any talent, they'll go over to AEW or Ring of Honor or TNA and they'll turn themselves stars there. But we are now in a new era, and Triple H is hoarding talent. He's signing Gargano. He's bringing back Dakota, Io, Ciampa, AOP, Cross, Scarlett, everyone. Tegan Knox, Candice. Let's sign Julia. Let's sign Camille from NWA. Let's get Jade Cargill, etc., etc. Let's bring as many people to WWE. We're going to sign as many people as possible. Don't you think that's hoarding talent? I think it is. But Triple H, he don't do no wrong. Triple H, he's perfect. He's who we want in charge. He can sign as many people we want and we won't complain. I just think it's funny. I just think it's funny that people just want Mercedes to come back in a very crowded division. And I'm just gonna be honest, WWE don't need her anymore. WWE doesn't need Mercedes anymore. They've got Bayley, they've got Becky, they've got Asuka, they've got Io, they've got Jade Cargill coming, they've got Cora Jade on the rise, they've got Roxanne on the rise, they've got, they've got Alexa Bliss still, even though she's technically not around. They've got a shit ton of talent. They got a shit ton of talent. They don't need Mercedes anymore. Remember, they've got their next Sasha Banks, Cora Jade. Or I should put that in punctuations. Their next Sasha Banks in Cora Jade. Those are Triple H's words, not mine. Those were Triple H's words, not mine. So I think it's ironic that people just want everyone to come to one company now. Instead of just being supportive. Instead of just being supportive when it comes to alternatives. But now an alternative doesn't matter anymore because WWE is now quote-unquote better because Triple H has taken over. I haven't felt any difference. I haven't felt any difference in the product since Triple H took over. And let's not forget, Triple H only brought back CM Punk because the fans wanted it. Not because CM Punk wanted to come back, because the fans were demanding for him to bring back Triple H, to bring back CM Punk. Triple H even said it himself on the social media scrub of Survivor Series. He said, we brought back CM Punk because we listened to the fans. That's why we brought him back. It wasn't because they wanted him, it's because, oh, the fans are the reasons why we brought him back. So I'm in the minority here, and I'm just going to say this. Doesn't matter if it's WWE, doesn't matter if it's AEW, TNA, Ring of Honor, whatever. No matter where Mercedes Moné goes, you as the fans, you as a fan of her, should be supportive of her decision. I hate those kind of fans. And yes, I used to be like that myself, so I'll admit that I used to do that too, but I don't do that anymore. I love how how fans just want all of their favorites in one company, but yet they'll turn their backs on that wrestler when they go to another company. So it just shows you were never a fan of that wrestler, you were just a fan of them in WWE. So that's all I really got for this video, guys. I just want to make things perfectly clear to you all that it shouldn't matter where Mercedes Moné ends up. Doesn't matter if it's WWE, AEW, no matter where she goes, support. And if you can't do that, then that's not my problem. That's your problem. Thank you all for listening, guys. Hit that thumbs up. And I will see you all on the other side.